All right, cool. So I heard you talking about what was going on in San Francisco and San Diego about the police confiscating people's things in the middle of the night.
That's right.
What have you heard about that through Twitter?
Well, I heard that in San Francisco, the cops came in the middle of the night and they took about 9 truckloads of tents, people's personal property, media equipment, and I'm not totally sure about what happened to the stuff. Somebody told me that it was given back. Somebody else told me that it was impounded. So, I mean, I'm not really sure what's going on with that. But then in San Diego, just a few days ago, the same thing happened. The police come in the middle of the night, they surround the camps, and they just start taking things. They tell people to leave the park, they push people out of the park, and they take their things. And like I said, I don't know if it's been impounded or if things have been returned, but it's a very concerning thing.
Are you worried about that happening here?
No, we have a pretty friendly relationship with the police. They did come the other day to tell us that we need to get a permit, but I mean, I'm not seeing that kind of thing happening here. We have too many people. There's too much going on around us for that kind of thing to happen without it being seen and heard about, and you know.
As far as you're aware, do you know if the permit's been seeked after?
We have 2 occupations here in DC. We have one in Freedom Plaza, about 3 blocks that way, and they do have a permit, but here we do not. We don't have a permit.
At any time the police could come in and...
Technically, yes. We are violating law by staying on public property.
And I'm curious as to what, as far as you know, what the response from the occupation would be. If they would just leave, they would have some resistance.
Well, I know what I would do. I would grab my stuff and run. But I think there are a lot of people here who would just sit down, you know? That's kind of what started happening in San Diego and Denver. People were just gonna, you know, say, you know, forget about this. I'm just gonna sit down and they can try to arrest me if they want, you know? But I think we probably have a lot of people here like that who would just sit.
What do you think about what's going on in Europe?
In Europe? You mean in Rome?
I heard what's going on in Berlin and London.
I don't know about Berlin, but I know what happened in Rome today. Basically, they had I heard different numbers. I heard tens of thousands, and then I heard 100,000 about just swarms of people in Rome just running around the streets, and then basically some of them were non-violent, and then a Black Bloc anarchist group came in wearing black with masks covering their faces, and they set fire to a couple of cars, started breaking windows, things like that. We do not condone that here at any of the occupations. We do not condone violence against people or property.
So I'm curious, why do you think the European ones, or specifically the Italian ones, went violent, while here in America they're remaining mostly not?
That's a good question. We had a discussion about this earlier, and one guy said, I mean, this kind of thing always happens in Europe. You know, they'll fight over a soccer game or anything. You know, they're angry. But I don't know.
Right. I appreciate your time. Thank you for your name.
No problem. I'm Connor Dawson.
David, thank you very much, sir.